Hello everyone and welcome to another high-elo game of Age of Empires. Today we find ourselves searching for our lost shaker of salt in arena as DauT, playing as the red Berbers, prepares to take on Modri, playing as the blue Incas. Now while the players herd their herdables, explore their enclosed off bases, and try to go up to feudal and castle as fast as possible, let's take a look at the respective civ matchup we'll be watching today. Now, the Berbers are a civ that pushes their players towards the four welcoming arms, or should I say legs, of cavalry. All stable units are 15% cheaper in Castle, 20% cheaper in Imperial, and their camel units can be upgraded to regenerate health, think Viking Berserker, and their castles can be upgraded to work 25% faster, which strongly benefits their unique unit, the Camel Archer. This is a mounted archer unit with good HP, great speed, and a decent attack bonus against other cavalry archers. Or rather, just cavalry archers in general. Starting in Castle, though, the Berbers can also train their second unique unit, the Genitor. Think of this as a mounted skirmisher unit that comes with more HP, but less range, and does cost a little bit more food than an elite skirmisher. Now, to support their military power, Berber villagers do move 10% faster from the start of the game. Now, the Incas, on the other hand, I would call this a quintessential counter civilization. To counter cavalry, the Incas can rely on their unique unit, the Kamayuk, an infantry unit that carries an incredibly long spear and comes with a massive attack bonus against cavalry units. I think against elephants, it goes up to a whopping 20 attack bonus. Now, that counters cavalry. To counter infantry, the Incas can rely on their other unique unit, the Slinger. Basically, a ranged unit that comes with a big attack bonus against infantry. And to counter archers, the Incas can rely on their elite skirmishers, which not only come with extra line of sight, but also get all archery range upgrades, all blacksmith upgrades, and all university upgrades, and can be upgraded even more to come with no minimum range for their elite skirmishers. Now, to make their army even beefier, the Incas can upgrade their Kamayuks, their Slingers, and their Eagle Warriors to come with extra melee and pierce armor. Now, for the Incas to help support and actually build their military industrial complex, they start the game with a free llama, which may not sound like a lot, but on an open map like Arabia, believe me, having one more unit to scout the map with does not hurt. Their buildings cost 15% less stone, and their houses actually house 10 population room instead of 5, which means you have a lot more wood to spend on whatever the hell you want to spend it on. Their villagers are much harder to raid than usual because starting in Castle Age, they do get the benefits of all infantry blacksmith upgrades, and BT dubs, Incas get all 6 infantry blacksmith upgrades, so their villagers become very tanky. So overall, we've got 2 very interesting civs on a very interesting map in the hands of 2 very strong players. DauT, take a look at his Elo, 2460, Modri, 2538, the favorite in terms of Elos to win this game. And let's take a look at their positioning. Like I said, we are in arena. This is an enclosed map. Some walls I see already have been demolished while I was talking. Not a fan of the location of the gold here for Modri. Both piles are in the front. This boar very exposed. If you've ever had the, I'm not going to say pleasure, of playing an arena where one of your boars was close to a wall, you know they are very easily poached, attacked, and killed by an opponent. That being said, DauT did not do that in this case. His base, a little bit better off. His secondary gold is in the front, but his primary gold is nice and, protected in the back. In terms of walls, let's take a quick look. Apologies to anyone on a smaller screen. A good defensive wall off here for DauT. Unfortunately, does have a third side, but it is quite small, but does give him another exit from his base. Never a bad thing. Modri, basically the same base, just a mirror image here. Has also a little third extension here with a gate that will allow him to, go north if he so wishes. So the standard meta in an arena game such as this, if I zoom out even more, you'll see it's fairly flat. There's almost never, if I could even just say never, any hills or high ground, things like that on this map. Rush distance, fairly close between the parties. I would say maybe a medium rush distance, not super close like you would see, for example, on a map like Fortress, but also not super far. But in my opinion, if you've watched my videos, especially yesterday's where I said the exact same thing, arena games, the meta generally follows 3 phases, which is, we'll see if that happens here. I'm always open to being surprised, and if I am surprised, will probably be a game that I actually end up casting and posting online. But if it's a standard game, also not terrible, very fun to watch, especially when we're looking at 2 incredibly powerful players with a history like these 2. So the first phase, everyone rushes up to Castle Age. So as you can see, while I've been blabbing on about llamas and Pierce armor upgrades, both players are essentially at the exact same time going up to Feudal. And you can see they're starting to bank a good number of food, as a good amount of food rather. And once they hit Feudal, both players, if they follow the standard meta play, will do their best to go to Fast Castle. Now, once they reach Fast Castle, stage 1 of the game is over, and we enter stage 2, which becomes a mad scramble to get these little guys, these golden stars, these gold generators. I'm talking, of course, about the relics. So you'll see a lot of horses, a lot of Eagle Scouts, a lot of monks coming out in Castle Age. Definitely won't see horses out of our Inca player because they don't have any cavalry whatsoever. And then phase 2 ends once all 5 relics are gathered by the players. And then my favorite phase begins, phase 3, where the players just try to beat the shit out of each other in either late castle or early Imperial. And that's when stuff really gets fun. So let's see, Modri here, take a look at his resources at the top right of your screen. He has basically gathered all the resources he needs for Castle Age, but does he have the structures? Yes, he does in the back, a blacksmith and a market going down. So the second these 2 finish up, you'll see at the top right of your screen, right as I say that, the Castle Age icon appears. DauT, not to be outdone, going up to Castle literally 4 or 5 seconds behind. Amazing play here. So what did he build? He built a marketplace and a stable. Okay, one quick note here, maybe a bit of advice for DauT. Definitely you want to establish map control. With a civilization like the Berbers, like I said, they are a cavalry, they are a camel-based civilization, and those civs need a lot of room to maneuver to use their speed. Now, if I zoom out and show you the entire map, this is not a lot of space here. So if he wants to use the Berbers effectively, and believe me, I'm under no impression that I can teach DauT anything. his elo at 2460 is higher, is significantly higher. So anytime I say he should do this, or any player should do this or that, obviously take it with a grain of salt. These are players that play thousands and have played thousands of games. So that being said, if you are playing a civ like the Berbers, known for speed, known for their tongue-tied camel archers, genitors, heavy camel riders, etc., you want a lot of room to maneuver. Those are not units that you want to get stuck behind these walls here. On the other hand, now that I think about it, Modri might want to take map control because that will deny DauT map control. And the more map control Modri has, the less DauT has room to maneuver. Or rather, oh my god, I apologize. Sometimes with the words that come out of my mouth are not exactly proper. DauT will have less room to maneuver if Modri takes control of the map. That being said, we have now comfortably entered phase 2 of the game at the 15-minute mark. And let's see what the players are building. Is there a monastery? Yes, there is a monastery going down for our Inca. Is there a monastery going down for our red Berber? There is not, because it's already been built. Okay, so any monks being produced? 1 monk for Berbers, 2 monks for our Incas. And here we go. We have a little defense force, I'm sure. Let's see how many relics these players have seen. Oh, he has not seen this one. So Modri has seen all 4 relics, or rather 4 relics with the exception of the 5th. DauT, who's been on the map much longer with his scout cavalry, should have seen all 5. Yes, he has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, though, Modri will, if he keeps going with this Eagle Scout, yeah, he sees the 5th right at the edge of his vision. So more and more I've been seeing in phase 2 of the game, players using spearmen Now, this is, you know, comes with pluses and minuses. Obviously, the plus is if you know your opponent is going for scout cavalry, you know, to snipe monks, for example, spearmen are the natural counter to that. The negative, the downside, is spearmen are super freaking slow. And if these eagles didn't risk themselves to try to snipe that one monk that was here, this spearman would now belong to DauT. So pluses and minuses, as always. Oh, converts an eagle scout, does DauT. Fantastic use of the monk, who will now go. Oh, but will he come under attack? Yes, he will, of course. Oh, but does not die. Okay, so first relic here going to DauT. Second relic going to Modri. Although I only see 2 white dots on the map now, so who has... Oh, Modri underneath my nose while I was busy talking about converting spearmen has already gathered 1 relic. So right now, 1 relic to none for Modri. That is going to change in literally 3, 2, 1. 1 relic apiece. And will Modri catch? He sees the monk. Oh, what a sour catch here. Unfortunately for Modri. Now, the good news for Modri is that this relic is right at his base. So not a big risk to go and get that. So he's going to go up 2 relics to 1. He now sees the third, and DauT has 1 right outside his base. So it's going to be 2 relics to 2, and this will be the big contested one. Although, of course, right as... oh, it never fails to astound me. Right as I say it's going to be contested, Modri takes it handily. DauT should see the white dot disappear off the mini-map. So he should know... Oh, gets another monk, does Modri. He should know that this relic is on its way home if he's paying attention. That being said, that is always the question, right? How much attention are you paying? Oh, he sees it. He sees it. Well, oh no. Did he see it? Well, he must have seen it. He sent 1 scout cavalry south. We definitely saw it with my react. Why did you go back? Okay, you went back so the spearman could kill the scout cavalry. Okay. Brilliant move there by our blue Inca. Now, Modri, DauT rather, sends 2 more scout cavalry, but too little, too late. And now, ladies and gentlemen, phase 2 of the game is over. Relic advantage to Modri, but not a huge advantage. 3 relics to 2 is not the end of the world. It's not 4 to 1 or 5 to 0. DauT going up to 4 town centers. Modri doing the same. Let's take a look at their economies, see what we can expect out of the players who are, by the way, both getting heavy plow. Not a single military upgrade for either player. So we're 21 minutes into the game. There have been a total of 15 kills. And what is our Inca player doing? Building a lot of houses. Now remember, these house 10 population, so he's getting 30 out of those 3 houses. DauT, on the other hand, plopping down a mill. Okay, so neither player really starting to gather or build the production facilities for their military. I'm seeing a lot of houses going down, and houses are good, don't get me wrong, but population space only matters if you have units that take up that space, right? So for now, Modri moving out onto the map. Not sure what the point of this force is. 3 monks, 4 spearmen, and 3 eagles. I mean, military advantage definitely goes to him, 10 to 3. Villager count is fairly similar, not a huge difference. Our blue Inca going up to 73, and our red Berber going up to 65. So, you know, a 10% villager difference, not the end of the world, especially when your villagers move 10% faster than average. What are you doing? Where are you going? He's trying to convert a farmer. Those crops belong to me, says Modri, and then wisely moves away so as not to come under attack by any kind of scout cavalry. Not that our red Berber has any scout cavalry. It's all the way over here. 0 kills for him. Pays tribute to his fallen comrade. We can see the red tunic here. You know, a solemn minute of silence. Okay, Siege Workshop going down here, but unfortunate placement for Modri because DauT's going to see it right away. And how many villagers is he sending? 1 villager to attack, rather to build, but DauT moves away. And now Modri is circling with monks and this ragtag, let's call it early Castle Age force. Oh god, move those monks away. And what is DauT seeing? So far, he's not seeing anything. He's not patrolling with this scout. He must be focused at home. University going down. Lots of economic upgrades for both players. I hope that means we're going to see a massive army brawl. Siege Workshop is done, but is anything going to be coming out of it? Okay. Interesting placement for a outpost right in the middle. Okay, is Modri just going to try to go straight up the guts here? I mean, usually in Arena, I shouldn't say usually, but what I've seen, Age of Empires is very anecdotal, by the way. So the games that you've seen are going to be different from the games that I've seen. The games you've played are going to be different from the ones I play. So when I say usually in Arena, the outposts go around the edges, you know, around the trees to make sure you don't get flanked by your opponent. That's, I guess, based on the games that I've seen. If you've seen 10 games in Arena and all 10 have gone up the guts, you are naturally and obviously going to disagree with me. But Berber monks shooing away this force, and Modri is out on the map with his first castle. DauT, very defensive castle. He must have gotten the memo that he's playing Berbers, right? You need, like I said, in my opinion, you need a lot of space to operate civilizations that are this fast and this quick and are very cavalry, four-legged centric. And Modri just gathering units here, still sitting at the same 10 army supply. What are you building out of this castle? Not too sure. Both players, as I've been blabbing on, are going up to Imperial again, about 10 in-game seconds apart. So yeah, let's see some big fights. And now DauT discovers this castle, wisely turns around, tail between his legs, and fucks off straight into the arms of a spearman. Oh god. Okay, DauT's army just got cut in half, but does he care? He does not. He is building his first camel archers. Now, I leave it up to smarter people like Spirit of the Law to compare camel archers to cavalry archers. I've read somewhere they're better. I've read somewhere they're worse. As always, oh, I heard them both going up to Imperial. Okay, infantry upgrade, 200 swordsman, bodkin arrow, conscription, iron casting. Lots of upgrades going down. As I was saying, I've read multiple sources, each one claiming to be right. Some say the camel archer is better than the cavalry archer. Some say the cavalry archer is better. It depends on the quantity, on the cost, on the upgrades, etc. In any event, is everything in Age of Empires. There's never really one right answer unless you're saying, is a villager going to survive an attack against a Teutonic Knight? Probably not. Probably not. But everything else is really up for grabs. Gray zone. Okay, Kamayuks being made. Kamayuks disappearing into the castle. I wonder why they're hiding in there. I don't know why I'm whispering. I am not DauT. Army supply here, though, now in favor of our red Berber, who's gone up to, okay, 15 two-handed swordsmen, which in a minute will be champions. Okay, ballsy move to go champions with a cavalry civ against the civ that has slingers. But we'll see what happens. For now, though, Modri taking complete control of the center of the map with 3 castles. DauT needs to be a little bit more active, in my opinion. Oh, very cheeky outpost here. He's going to basically see everything. Blast Furnace wisely going down for our blue Inca. That is an upgrade that takes a long-ass time to research. So if you're going to get it nice and early, or as early as possible. Army count the same, but take a look at our economy, our civilian population. Modri going up to basically 140 to the 107 of our red Berber, who now comes into the center and discovers not one. Oh, never mind. Discovers just one castle. Did not see the second. So not the greatest of scouts here for DauT. A 4th castle going down. Modri wants these resources. Wow, he is just taking complete domination and control out of DauT's hands. And Age of Empires, just like in a real war, just like in a real scenario. I love this kiting, by the way, from DauT. Fantastic. You know, control of resources, control of land, control. A 5th castle. Control is the name of the game. If you control choke points, if you control land, hills, rivers, whatever. I mean, how many historic battles were won or lost by generals who knew the land, the terrain much better than their opponents, and who could position their armies much more effectively, or who could get to the battlefield much more effectively. For some reason, my brain went to Napoleon and his incredible marches of La Grande Armée. that just basically surprised. If you don't know it, look up the Battle of Austerlitz. My God, was that a genius battle by our little Corsican. But that is neither here nor there. Modri. Dear Lord, I'm going to zoom out again. Sorry if you're on a smartphone, but you need to see this. 5 castles in the center of the map. A 6th castle going down. Siege workshops. Now remember, Incas don't get the gunpowder units, so bombard cannons are not in play here. Neither are siege onagers, but does he need them? 45 Kamayuks. I mean, you love to see them. Look how pretty they are. Look at those long, long spears. Now, because they have these long-ass spears, I mean, I'm going to zoom in. Look at this. I know a lot of people don't like it when I zoom in too much, but sometimes you just got to admire the beauty of this game. Because they have these long spears, their range is 1, as you can see here. And that means they can actually attack behind each other, and they can attack through walls. So let's see if there's an example here of something they can reach. No, yes. They can attack this house from standing behind the wall, which is bonkers level cool. He has gone up to 63 of them, 10 rams in production, and upgrading them to siege rams. Does it even matter if DauT opens the gate for you? It does not. Oh my God. I would not go in there though. That is a one-way trip for these 5 Kamayuks. One dies immediately, but he discovers the champions. Not yet fully upgraded. But these Kamayuks are fully upgraded. My God, they're on a +4/+4. And while I guess I wasn't looking, our Inca player did get fabric shields, which, like I said, they can upgrade these Kamayuks to get +1 melee and +2 pierce. So they're sitting at a +6, which makes this one castle and these camel archers much less effective against them. Remember, the camel archers do not get any kind of bonus. And now our Inca player is just shoving right into the guts of the base of our red Berber. Our red Berber has 0 map presence, 0 map vision, with the exception of an outpost, a second outpost, and a weirdly placed archery range. Villagers taking on siege rams to the north. Trebuchets not knowing what the hell to do. There is no castle anywhere near here. They cannot venture out too far. These Kamayuks are decimating Red's armies. And these camels, riders have to run away. That bonus against cavalry units. Are they elite? I think it's a +12. Oh, no, because these are camels, it must be I think +10. It's either +10 or +12. This is why you watch this cast, for the specificity, the knowledge, the deep insider knowledge of all the little nooks and crannies of the game. I am, of course, just kidding. You like it because, just like me, you love watching these battles unfold. I mean, when the hell are you going to see 50 Kamayuks take on 25 champions and 27 camel archers? They got to be careful, though. DauT has created a natural choke point here between this stable and this house, and these Kamayuks. Okay, good for the siege rams, good for the trebs, opens up the space. Our Inca player is playing like a Berber, and our Berber is playing like an Inca. These Berbers should be running around, sniping, kiting, hit and running. Our Inca should be creating choke points so that the units go straight into these long-ass spears of the Kamayuk. Gets a convert on one Kamayuk, but my God, too little, too late. Oh, look how slowly these camel archers are taking down this one Treb. And now we've got Kamayuks everywhere. They're not exactly Huskarls, so they will die to the castles. But DauT has to retreat here, and now his entire front is completely open. It is a gaping wound, and Modri is just pouring Kamayuk salt all over it. What the hell is DauT gonna do? He's been knocked down to 27 military count, but 2 castles still firing on these Kamayuks. Can he hold? And if he holds, what the hell is his plan to burst out of this containment? Very good castle going down here for Modri, but does DauT still have those trebs? He does not. They are gonzo. So I was going to say this castle might be a little bit in jeopardy, but it is not at all. And now Kamayuks defending their siege units. And I believe that 21 camel archers should be enough to one-shot a Kamayuk. I mean, that pierce armor is bonkers. 6 pierce armor against the unit that does 11 damage. So every arrow from these camel archers does take 5 damage, or rather 5 HP. But oh God, the flank from the Kamayuks here. DauT, very ballsy mining of the gold, has no choice. It is his last gold patch, and now his town center is under attack. 33, 34 Kameyuks making their way into his base. Now his relics are in jeopardy. Yeah, I was going to say, once these relics go down, once you lose this gold, you can produce genitors. Again, I don't know how to pronounce that word. I will look it up. If you do know, please let me know. But that is a trash unit. I don't think it has any kind of attack bonus against Kameyuks. Against these guys, I think it does. Or does it? I'm not 100% sure. I believe it does. In any event, neither here nor there, not a single one of those units in production. 10 champions. Where are his champions? Okay, so the champions started streaming across, but these are not GL.DauT champions that are produced in what, a blink of an eye? No, these take time. In the meantime, your opponent is in your base with double your army. Your villager count has been knocked down to 88, so very interesting. Like I said, Modri was playing as if he was the Berbers. He took map control immediately, has all of this space to control, all of this space to move around in, comes with all the juicy contested middle of the road resources, which are now all his. And DauT, who should have been out on the map running hit and runs, trying to kill villagers, sniping them as they constructed these structures, was the one who was pushed back into his base. So Modri knew, I think, that when you play against Berber, the best, or one of the best, I guess, strategies is to contain them. So these fast units, I mean, 1.4 isn't lightning fast, but it is pretty freaking fast, especially when your opponent moves on a 1.1. So in theory, these camel archers could have kited the Kameyuks for days. I don't think 14 is enough to one-shot them. I think you need 16, if I'm not mistaken. But somebody better at math can confirm that. That being said, he did not have the room. He has the resources. He's got 1,700 wood. He's got 900 food, 1,100 gold. But what does he have? He's lost his castles, so no more unique unit for him. And he's only got 7 barracks. 7 barracks when you're producing champions that are very food intensive. I mean, great. Maybe you could buy more food with your gold in your market. But my God, let's take a look at the center. Dear Lord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 castles. I could have also just looked at the bottom of the screen, but I am old school. I like to count with my mouse. A very, very optimistic siege ram, very slowly making its way across the map. By the time it got there, the game would have been completely over. I mean, DauT really had no choice here. He did not expand north too early enough. Oh, actually, never mind. I guess he's got this gold patch here. So that's not terrible, but at this point, he doesn't need gold, right? He's going to lose his relics, but he needs something else, and that something else is production structures. Does he have a single archery range? Yes, just this one. So he has one archery range behind enemy lines, doing God knows what, i.e. nothing. Good amount of resources, but yeah, no room to maneuver. These guys are dead meat unless they can, I guess, burst out of here. But even if they burst out, where are they going to go? There are castles everywhere. And this is the bulk of his army. He needs them here to kite these Kameyuks. And I think DauT just not only ran out of space, but ran out of production facilities. I don't know why he only built these 2 castles. Very comfortable. Both players waiting until Imperial to attack. So I'm not really sure why DauT didn't produce more, military production structures here. He's definitely got the wood for it. Modri, in fact, is the one. Look at his resources at the top right. I don't think this even adds up to 1,000. This is, he is Baroque as a joke, but that's because he's producing army military. And yeah, 4 Trebs, siege rams, Kameyuks to deal with the camel archers, and by the way, the champions as well. And overall, a fantastic game by Modri, who basically, swept the leg of our Berber player DauT by constricting him into his base and not allowing him to maneuver at all. And I'm not going to say it for a 9th time, but you need space for these guys. You can't have them clumping up like this because the Kameyuks will catch up eventually if you're just leaving them here. You need a lot of space, attack, run, etc. And just for my fans, I'm going to mention before I end the cast, of course, no murder holes. Okay. So overall, Modri just steamrolling over our red Berber player, taking away the one thing our red Berber player needed, which is map control and just terrain in which to operate. And DauT, not having built any production structures except for barracks for his cavalry-based civilization, just decides to tap out, says that this frontal attack was either unexpected or expected, but way too strong, and Modri gets the W. Let's take a look at these stats before I say GG. 200 Kamayuks. Look at that peak APM, 177. DauT with a much more relaxed game at 135. 139 champions. Not terrible. Kill count, basically identical. More military killed by DauT. Of course, he's got the ranged units. But more civilians killed by Modri. And yes, I did want to take a look at relic income. Not a huge difference here. So only one relic more gives him what is this? Literally 700 and 690 extra gold. Not the end of the world, especially since our our red Berber is sitting on 1100 gold. But overall, wow, Modri just steamrolled, took control of the map, and took control by virtue of that, took control of the game, and GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.